Welcome back, everyone. You know, we've already had a few brushes with Old Man Winter so far this season, so it's a good time to talk about those simple movements to help prevent any of those winter falls. That's why we've got personal trainer Amy Houston from Lifetime Fitness joining us to talk about some simple ways, but very important ways, to prevent those falls. And what I find interesting in all of this, Amy, is that balance can be such an important part of avoiding all of this, right?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Joseph.
Yeah.
As far as the snow and the ice from yesterday, and this time of year with less daylight, we have people still walking their dogs, walking through parking lots, and perhaps moving snow. So good news, we can work on simple balance exercises that can be done at home just a few minutes a day.
And something else I'm very curious about with all of this, would you even say that age could have an impact on that ability to avoid it?
Yes, age, we can work on balance at any age. Really? Start young and continue that. Key is consistent movement each day.
Okay, and so I want to talk about some of those important ways that we can kind of try to practice keeping that balance, that stability. These are some workouts, some little things that you probably done before, but Amy's going to show us some of those.
Yes, thanks. First one, let's cover three.
Okay.
The first one is a simple single leg balance. A person can hang onto a chair, hold a wall just to practice a little bit, and switch legs.
Okay.
And switch legs.
Easy
and
enough.
Something simple, and just a few minutes. The second exercise is a single leg raise to work the hip flexor and balance.
That's smart. Now, how long are you doing that for?
A person can go, say, 10 reps each.
Okay.
A few sets.
And so if let's say you're doing that first one where you're just a simple leg raise.
Correct.
How long should I hold that?
If you can count 10, 20 seconds would be great.
Easy enough.
Yes.
How is something like that, and now given, I'm speaking from my 30-something-year-old mentality perspective here, but how could just holding something like that, how can that make such a big difference?
It's creating body awareness. So simply walking through a parking lot, if a foot falls in such a small crack, it's being able to balance and prevent yourself from falling and make corrections without having to look down.
That's smart. And then there was another one you want to show us.
Oh yes, one simple heel to toe.
Okay.
Heel to toe walk. The key is just go slow.
Okay.
Find the balance, and that's simple.
I love that. Just important things that you could do when you're at home. And like you were saying earlier, you say it's important to start this when you're young, right?
Yes.
So why is it important to start that? Because I think a lot of us, we take it for granted when we're young because we're able to do so many more, maybe more complex things, more other workouts. But just working on these things when we're young, that's a good idea, you say?
Oh yes, and at the young age, if this is too simple, somebody can make it more challenging and have a weight in their hand and move that center mass and move that center of gravity around and jump and just make it a little bit more advanced for the younger.
That's so smart. I love that. Now, for our seniors out there, people who are a little bit older, are there any programs out there that they can maybe get involved and work on this, maybe around other people or maybe get into some other activities?
Yes, at Lifetime we offer movement assessments, structured classes such as Aurora, that's for ages 55 and above.
And tell me a little bit about Aurora. What does that look like?
It's simple movements. People can modify if need be, but it's for those ages to help simple movements and movement and strength, balance, coordination, and just the confidence to move through life easier without that risk of injury.
We know that can be very important. Where can people find more about these resources, maybe find some more information?
You can go to lifetimeathletic.com.
Lifetimeathletic.com. All right. Well, Amy Houston, we appreciate you joining us today.
Thanks, Joseph.
You bet.